Ladies and gentlemen, ready for a heart-stopping moment. Ella, captivated by a confident smile, gazes at her watch, feeling a rebellious urge. She decided to go wild, using the excuse of returning the watch to fly to New York, despite her simple intentions. But her outfit seemed ready for a grand romantic date, even making the bodyguards swoon as they gazed at the woman they adored. Nick's joy surged like a tidal wave, inexpressible in words, on that cozy night. They shared an unparalleled, dreamy time at the hotel. But good times are always fleeting, as Nick prepared to head off to Europe for a tour, leaving her feeling bittersweet. Less to be with Ella. Nick instantly decided to take her along for the journey, patiently addressing all of Ella's hesitations and excuses that she presented. But Ella revealed her true feelings. Since Nick was so determined, she decided to stop hesitating. She resolved to set aside her worries and boldly follow Nick on this journey, making her debut as Nick's art consultant in front of everyone. During their long journey, Nick and Ella's gazes seemed tightly connected by an invisible red thread, embarking on a sweet time filled with work and romance. As night fell, they raised the glasses to toast a future of happiness. In the drizzly night, they laughed and ran like an ordinary couple, while Ella's confident smile always tugged at Nick's heartstrings. But during an unexpected date, affectionate gestures were caught by paparazzi. On the weekend, the band members arrived at a serene vacation spot, hoping to unwind a bit. But this vacation turned out to be their first test of love, as the girls by the pool flaunted their bold outfits. She felt a bit awkward and uneasy, knowing she could never compare to those young, beautiful girls. So she chose to tone it down, appearing in a conservatively dressed look. However, this made her stand out in the crowd. The conversation grew tenser, and the words began to reveal, suggesting that Ella was an old cow eating tender grass. However, as the topic shifted to their meeting story, an unexpected truth surfaced, causing Ella to turn instantly awkward. She thought the song was Nick's exclusive confession, only to find it wasn't, feeling humiliated and hurt, so she returned to her room. Nick followed right after, and she acknowledged that fact, expressing her genuine feelings for Ella. Since the moment he found he was deeply in love with her. However, Ella wouldn't listen despite Nick's explanations and efforts to salvage it. She no longer believed Nick's sweet nothings. The pain and disappointment in her heart were unbearable and had been haunting her ever since. But Nick, with tears glistening in his eyes, said, since things had inevitably progressed to this point, there was no turning back, and so they bid farewell. Ella quietly placed Nick's watch on the table, symbolizing their severed ties. However, when Ella returned home, she discovered an unexpected surprise, her favorite painting. She had only mentioned it once in passing in the store, yet he remembered it quietly. He bought it early and sent it to her home. Looking at the painting, Ella felt a whirlwind of conflict inside. Her once calm life was now completely turned upside down. On the way to pick up her daughter, someone even leaned in to snap a photo, which infuriated her beyond measure. Faced with Ella's emotions, her home was in complete disarray, forcing her to stay calm. She searched everywhere at home, hoping to catch a glimpse of Nick, but all of it made her feel utterly dejected. Even someone leaned in to take a picture, which made her extremely furious. When faced with her daughter's questions, Ella candidly admitted to the relationship. One of her daughter's remarks hit home. Why would you be with the talented woman? Meanwhile, Nick rehearsed as usual, but the next second, an ant popped in. Hey there, are you alright? Sorry, I felt scared. I'm really scared, very scared. I can feel it also. Maybe this shouldn't go on, I'm already with Matt. The next day, under bright sunny skies, Ella and Nick openly appeared on the streets together for the first time, jogging unreservedly and showcasing their love. Facing online reports spreading wildly, they uninstalled social media, out of sight, out of mind, but good times didn't last. Ella's ex-husband unexpectedly showed up, and to everyone's amusement, he had gotten divorced again. Seeing Ella finding happiness again, he felt a mix of emotions. Is this your ending, buddy? How long do you want to be with my wife? Just as Nick was about to retort, Ella stepped out. The ex-husband warned Ella seriously, urging her not to lose her sense of shame. I'm your wife. What others say doesn't matter to me. I'm just doing what others are too scared to do. However, as time passed, the paparazzi's frenzy severely affected Ella's work. She reluctantly took a break, but unexpectedly, the online vitriol escalated, targeting not only Ella herself, but also affecting her daughter. The daughter faced daily malicious inquiries from classmates, which left her deeply troubled, so she had no choice but to stay with her dad for a while. You can respect Ella's decision. Out of kindness, she didn't want to put Ella in a dilemma, so she decided to leave quietly, leaving behind the words, "I love you."